Hello, everyone. Welcome to TD Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we're going to take a look at the second scenario in Mutant Genesis. This is Project Wideawake. So this
AKA the
the
Sentinels.
Sentinels, yeah. So this is the Attack of the Sentinels, the first two episodes of the X-Men animated series back in the 90s. So that's kind of what the story is.
I have to go back and watch that. I
Yeah.
never saw that.
That's actually pretty good because that's, where they had you learn a lot about Jubilee's origin and that kind of stuff. So may or may not be significant to this. We'll see.
All right, so Night of the Sentinels. So this one is you're going to want to grab Sentinel 1 and 2 if you're playing standard. If you're playing expert, you'll grab 2 and 3. You'll want to get the required set is so you'll need Project Wideawake. You'll need Zero Tolerance, and you'll also need to grab a standard set, and then you'll get one module, and they're suggested is the Sentinel module. To set this up, you'll set each captive ally aside, and you'll reveal the Operation Zero Tolerance and the Mutants at the Mall side scheme. So you're going to reveal 2 additional side schemes in addition to this.
Yeah, we have a separate video for standards if you want to take a look at all the different standard options that you have. Side 1B, Night of the Sentinels, starts with 1 threat per player, adds 1 threat per player per turn. You'll see it's got a dash. And the Operation Zero Tolerance gains permanent.
Yeah, and that's one of the side schemes that it just had us pull out.
So. Right. After threat is placed here, if there is at least 5 threat per player here, the first player places the top card of their deck face down under Operation Zero Tolerance, then remove 5 threat per player from this scheme.
Okay.
And so, yeah, Operation Zero Tolerance, which is normally just a modular one, but it's permanent here.
Yeah, so this one, it comes in with 3 threat per player. And as a forced response, after an enemy attacks and defeats an ally, place that ally face down under this scheme. So if you attack with your allies, you're losing them. And if there are X face down cards under the scheme and the players lose the game. So X is 3 more than the number of players. So in other words, with a 3-player game, if there's 6 allies under here, the players lose. Okay. And with the mean permanent, it does not go away. So they just keep adding up.
Yeah, so we have 4 captives. We'll get to them in a bit. But so this is similar to the Taskmaster where there's captives that you have to rescue. So we'll get to those specifics on that in a minute. But we also have mutants in the mall here.
All right, so this side scheme comes in with 4 threat. It's got an acceleration token on it. And whenever this one's defeated, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for the Sentinel minion and reveals it, or for a Sentinel minion, because they're all Sentinels. And then you'll flip this card and put Jubilee into play, discarding any other version of Jubilee from play. So if somebody's already got Jubilee, you can't do this. So you would discard any other Jubilee. The exception would be if there is a Jubilee hero.
All right, then Jubilee herself, she costs 0. 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. She's an X-Men. She's a victory -1. The first player controls Jubilee. She does not count against your ally limit. And as an action, you can exhaust Jubilee and spend an energy resource to deal 2 damage to an enemy. So she wouldn't take consequential if you use her special ability.
Yeah, but then, of course, if she goes into the victory display, if you're playing the campaign, you're losing victory points.
All right,
so we got the Sentinel villain here. So he is stage 1. He is 2 scheme, 2 attack. He is a Sentinel. He's got toughness, and whenever he's revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of the abduction protocols side scheme and reveals it. And he has 16 hit points per player.
Okay. Then abduction protocols, we have 4 copies. 1 for each hero that you can rescue. It has 2 threat, hinder 2 per player, victory 2. When defeated, the player who defeats the scheme takes 1 random set-aside captive ally and puts it in play under their control, and it's got a crisis.
Okay, and yeah, 4 copies of that for the minions here. So the first one we've got here is Wolfsbane, or allies, I mean. Wolfsbane is a 2-cost captive X-Men ally with 3 hit points. She thwarts for 1, attacks for 2, and her attacks gain piercing.
Okay. Then we got Cannonball. He costs 2, 1 thwart, 2 attack with a star, 3 hit points, captive X-Men. Cannonball takes -1 consequential damage after he attacks and defeats a minion.
We've got Boom Boom. She's a 2-cost captive X-Men with 3 hit points, thwarts for 1, attacks for 1. But after she attacks an enemy, you'll place a boom counter on her. And then at the end of the player phase, you'll remove all boom counters here and deal 2 damage to each enemy for each counter on her.
Yeah. So similar to the aggression ally.
Yes.
And then we got Richter, 2-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, with a star, 3 hit points, captive X-Men. After Richter attacks, deal 1 damage to the villain and each minion engage with you.
Okay. All right, stage 2 of the Sentinel. He's still a Sentinel. He now has Steady as well as comes in with Toughness. He schemes for 2, attacks for 3. And again, you will also, first player is going to search for a copy of the abduction protocols and put it into play. So this will be the second of the 4. He's got 18 hit points per player.
And you deal each other player an encounter card.
Oh, yeah, I missed that part. Oops, yep.
All right, then stage 3, which of course is the second stage if you're playing Expert, 3 scheme, 3 attack, Stalwart, Toughness. When revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Abduction Protocol Side Schemes and reveals it. Deal each player a face-down encounter card. All right.
Yeah, it's each player instead of each other player. So even the first player gets
player.
Okay. No, I think you said that. So we've got 2 copies of the Sentinel Mark IV minion here. This is a Sentinel minion with 4 hit points, schemes for 2, attacks for 2. They do have guard and patrol, and if they come out as a boost, you're going to put them into play engage with you.
Okay. So this is kind of similar to Zola in a way because there's a lot of attachments that get on the Sentinels, and there's quite a few Sentinels in the deck too. So we got a Gauntlet Beam. It's an attachment. We have 2 copies. Gives +1 attack. This one you attach to the villain, which is a Sentinel, of course, as well. The villain attacks, gain, piercing, and range. Hero action, spin 3, strength, resources, discard, exhaust your identity. Oh, no, these go to the villain. They don't go to the minions.
Yeah, no, and the exhaust is if it comes out as a boost.
Yeah. Never mind. I was thinking this went to the Sentinel minions.
All right, then we've got the Learning AI. So this one you'll attach to the villain. They gain Retaliate. They also get +1 Scheme, and you can spend 3 mental resources as a hero action to discard this. And if it comes out as a boost, you'll attach it.
Okay. Then we have Adaptive Armor. Sentinel tech attached to the villain. The villain gets +8 hit points, and you can spend 3 energy resources to discard this card. And as a boost, attach this card to the villain.
All right. Then we've got the Self-Repair Treachery. So whenever this one's revealed, you'll discard each status card from the villain, and you'll give them a tough status card and heal 5 damage. And if it comes out as a boost, you'll give the villain the tough status card. So it gets rid of all of them, including tough, but then it puts a tough on.
All right. Then we have 2 copies of Mutant Detected. When revealed, choose. Place the top card of your deck face down under Operation Zero Tolerance,
Boo.
which is a way to lose the game, of course. And the villain and each minion engage with you attacks you, even if you're an alter ego. Because I think it was 5 cards or something per player.
What is it? Where was that one? Zero tolerance. 3 more cards than the number of players.
So 3 more than the number. Oh, yeah. So on a 2-player game, that would be 5 cards. Okay. I knew the number 5 was relevant.
All right. So we've got 2 copies of Warn the Others. So this is an obligation. As a forced response after your turn ends, you'll place this card face down under Operation Zero Tolerance. So it just boosts that up. And as an alter ego action, you can exhaust your identity to discard this card. So you do have an option to get rid of it, but you have to flip to alter ego and exhaust to do so.
Right.
And it comes in with, it's got 2 boost icons.
And you got to hope you didn't exhaust to defend that turn. All right. Then we got 2 copies of Sentinel Mark II. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 2 hit points. Sentinel, when revealed, if Operation Zero Tolerance is in play, which in
it will be
in this one it is
in the campaign.
Oh, this is the modular set. So this is the rest of the Zero Tolerance.
Yeah.
Sentinel Mark II gains Surge. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Operation Zero Tolerance side scheme and reveal it. And one thing you're going to note on these Sentinels is whatever mark number they are, that's how many hit points they have.
All right, so you've got the Sentinel Mark III, 3 hit points. It's got Scheme of 2, Attack of 3. They come in with Toughness, and whenever you're revealed, you're going to search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Energy Barrier and attachment and attach it to this minion. And if it comes out of boost, if you're stunned, and if you're already stunned, you're going to take 2 points of damage instead.
All right. And the aforementioned Energy Barrier, we got 2 copies. Gives +2 attack. Attach the Sentinel minion without Energy Barrier attached and give it a tough status card. Otherwise, this card gains Surge, and as a force response, after attached minion attacks, give it a tough status card. All right, and then the second module is Sentinels.
All right, so we've got 2 copies of the Sentinel Mark V. This one's got 5 hit points, schemes for 1, attacks for 3, and whenever revealed, if target for elimination is attached to your identity, then the minion attacks you, minion, yeah, that's right. Minion attacks you, and if you're even if you're in alter ego form, otherwise you'll search for a copy of targeted for elimination and attach it to yourself.
Okay.
Or, well, reveal it, which will attach to you.
Then we got Sentinel Mark 6. 6 hit points, of course. 2 scheme, 2 attack, quick strike. If targeted for elimination is attached to an identity, deal this card to that player as a face down encounter card. That's the boost ability.
Okay, and targeted of elimination. So this is an attachment you attach to your identity if you don't already have one. Otherwise, the card gains Surge. And then while you're engaged with a Sentinel minion, you cannot change from hero form to alter ego form. So in other words, you can't go down and heal. But then as an action, you can exhaust your identity to discard the card.
Okay. And then the final card we got is Relentless Robots. It's 3 threat per player. Has a hazard. Each player engaged with a Sentinel minion cannot thwart this scheme. All right. So yeah, so Sentinels, that was, which is a big staple in the X-Men. So it was fun to see the Sentinels show up as early as they did in the X-Men wave. And
yeah, and I like the fact that there's multiple modules dealing with them. So
right. Yeah. So zero tolerance is more annoying in this scenario than normal because it's a permanent.
Yeah, whenever you're playing it as just a standard module, you can clear the side scheme, it goes away, and you get your cards back.
Right.
Well, they'll go to your discard pile.
Yeah.
But if in the campaign or playing with this setup, with this villain, yeah, the thing's out there the entire game, and so you got to be really careful of what you allow to go under there.
Yeah. So there are a few treacheries that mess you up, but the big thing is avoid chump blocking, so you don't add minion allies to it. So it's it's definitely a more controlled version of the collection.
Yeah.
But it has some of the same, concepts to it. So I like but
at least in the collection, you can get them back.
Well, you can this you get back if you're not playing this specific scenario. But yeah, you have to be a little more careful with that. But at least you could defeat Sentinels and they don't go into zero tolerance like the Collector when you defeat his guy.
That would be nasty because half the time you defeat a Sentinel and it has attachments on it.
Yeah.
So like multiple cards at one time.
Yeah. So yeah, you have fun with the attachments.
Oh man, the Sentinels with the Collector would be nasty.
Well, except for the attachments go to the villain, no. So they're part of the villains.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
I guess the targeted for elimination, that one would go to the collection once you got rid of it. So there's that. All right. Well, anyways, so we're continuing our series of Mutant Genesis. So thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go and hit that notification bell down there. And you will get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see you.